Welcome back. Today is another business idea. I'm going to show you how to make red velvet milk tea, but this time I'm going to make them in bottles. So we are going to make a batch brew of red velvet. For today's video clip, I am going to make a small batch. Stick around until the end of this video clip, but before we continue, click that subscribe button. Let's take a look at the ingredients. I'm going to use my blend of red velvet here, which tastes a little bit more like chocolatey with beetroot, hint of beetroot. And then I'm going to use, my base is green tea. So this is oolong tea this time. I'm going to make a batch of 1.5 liters, and for that I'm using the proportion of 20 grams of green tea. And then I'm going to add my non-dairy creamer. This is to make it really creamy. And then I'm going to add sugar, and just to make the taste perfect in all aspects. It's going to be creamy, it's going to be flavorful, and it's going to be tasty, and the texture is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to add a little bit of my sweetened condensed milk and my evaporated milk, or if you combine them together, I call it my milk syrup. So let's go ahead and brew our tea. For the tea, I'm going to use 1.5 liters of water. Bring it to a boil, and once it's boiling, add your tea. 20 grams of tea in. Turn up the heat and let it steep for about 5 minutes, not too long. If you steep the tea longer, the taste of the tea will be more bitter. So after 5 minutes, strain the tea, and now we are going to add all the other ingredients. So now we have strained our tea and it's still warm, so I can now add my dry ingredients, starting with my red velvet mix. And then into this I'm going to add my non-dairy creamer. All the dry ingredients, including my sugar. Once you put all the dry ingredients, what you need to do here is to just stir to make sure that the dry ingredients are fully dissolved in the warm tea. And as you can see, the color is looking gorgeous. Definitely red velvet. And now I'm going to add my evaporated milk, and finally a little bit of my sweetened condensed milk. Now this is just to add texture into the drink. Okay, so it's more creamy, milky, and that's exactly what you're looking for when you're making a milk tea. The longer you stir, the better the aroma is, but all you want is just to make sure that you get that fully dissolved dry ingredients, and all the ingredients are fully incorporated with the tea. And now I'm ready to just let it cool down before we pour into our bottles. But before that, I'm going to give it a try. And that is just the way I'd like it for a ready-to-drink red velvet milk tea. So the yield should be about 2 liters, and my pitcher is 1.5 liters. So I'm going to get the rest of this later. Now we're going to pour into our bottles here, and let's find out how many is the yield. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Ideally, you have to let it cool down before you pour into your bottles. Okay, so that's now 1. So this is cognac pearls. They're not tapioca pearls, so they won't expand when you put it in the bottles. So in the case of adding the pearls here, this time cognac pearls, a grass jelly, then this becomes red velvet bubble tea in a bottle. Okay, so I made 8 bottles of red velvet milk tea here. If you don't put any of the pearls, then it will just be about 7 bottles. If you have some jelly or cognac pearls like this one, or even tapioca pearls, but be mindful that if it is tapioca pearls, it doesn't stay very long, so you must be able to sell it within the day. If you put pearls in your bottles, then you should be able to get at least about 9 bottles. So now I have 8 bottles here. And how do you take this drink? The best way is to simply keep them chilled, and you can just sell them in bottles like this, and your customers can drink straight from the bottle. They are ready to drink. They are not very sweet. If your customers would like them poured over ice, it will be less sweet, because this recipe is perfect for ready to drink. So the sweetness level is just right without adding ice, but you can also pour it over ice. And let's have a look at how it looks like. Wow, that looks absolutely tempting. And how does it taste like? Chilled with ice. Delicious. Red velvet milk tea using green tea as base in bottles of 300 milliliters. So I hope this video clip is useful, and for those that are wanting to have business at home making milk tea in bottles, this is another flavor that you can add to your selections or your collections. If you'd like to make this for home, for friends and family, this is a very easy method, and once you have them batch brewed, all you have to do is to keep them refrigerated, and whenever you feel like having a red velvet milk tea, you just have to grab a bottle and enjoy. That's all I would like to share with you today. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment below. As always, don't forget to click that subscribe button, and if you haven't yet got a copy of my book, All Things Milk Tea, do check the description box below on details how to order. I'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.